Our next speaker is Lola, who will explore the necessity of creativity through both art and language. Please welcome her to the stage.
Hi. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lola, and I sing a lot. A year ago, I directed a Hamilton musical production. No budget, no professional stage cast, no full-run rehearsal, and terrible lighting. But hey, no big deal, right? That's what I thought so too. And boy, was I wrong. You see, I forgot the lyrics to half a song. Funny, because I distinctly remember our Hamilton going, "I need to get this plan passed through Congress." And I went, and I'm also 90% sure that the audience could not hear my voice throughout most of the songs. But I guess we'll never know for sure. Because at the end of the performance, when my photographer friend came running up to me, before she could say anything, I stopped her and said, "No, I do not want the recording." And up to this very day, I've never listened to the playback. I was in the very state of, you guessed it, mortification, except a lot less cool in comparison to that logo. But here's the thing. Apart from wanting to throw myself out the window, my friend came up to me after the performance, and she said that she cried during It's Quiet Uptown. And I could see the streaks of tears lying on her cheeks. Real tears. Not the, "I'm your friend, so I'll pretend to be moved" kind of tears. So I thought to myself, why? We weren't good. Objectively, we were kind of a mess. I'm sure if I told ChatGPT, "Hey Chat, can you sing Lucia de Limamor for me?" it would do so flawlessly. A crystalline soprano spiraling up to a haunted high E flat, each coloratura trembling between beauty and madness. But why is it that I can only imagine how miserable it must be to pay to watch AI perform? I mean, really think about it. A concert completely performed by AI. No mistakes made, perfect pitch, perfect tune. Would you go? I mean, maybe once for the sake of it, but twice? Probably not, right? And this is because it's not perfection that we are looking for in these performances. We prefer authentic emotion and expression, even when that means imperfection. And not because we're nice, but because imperfection means that someone is real on that stage. And AI cannot give you that, because AI has never experienced emotions. AI does not care if you like the performance. AI has never been embarrassed in its entire life. And embarrassingly, that's exactly what we want. And I had to learn this the hard way, at a nursing home. You see, by now, I've held a handful of concerts at nursing homes. But the first time I went, I prepared like it was Carnegie Hall. I practiced for weeks on end. I wanted everything to be perfect. Because these people, they deserve the best. Am I right? So I get there, and I sing. I pour my heart out, and everything went great at the start. But then bam! Voice crack. And I started to panic, and I started to stutter. And I thought to myself, well, that certainly wasn't it. But then I heard a chuckle in the audience, and I started to laugh too. And I transformed that moment of embarrassment into a part of the show and just moved on. After the performance, I thought to myself, these residents, they deal with imperfection every single day. Lost mobility, minds and brains that don't work the way they used to, forgotten names, and here comes along a young performer trying to be perfect and does not even make an attempt to connect with them. Who was I helping with that performance? Probably not them, just myself. And that lesson followed me to another place, a club that I co-lead called EcoVision. Now, EcoVision is a club dedicated to helping the visually impaired. We hold concerts, charity runs, charity sales every now and then. But here's the thing. We hold concerts for an audience that cannot see us. And in actuality, that's a lot more difficult than it sounds. Because it's only then when you realize how much of these performances rely on visual assistance. Choreography, smiles, costuming, lighting. But none of that matters here, because your audience can't see it. Which means they hear everything. Your hesitation, your confidence, your lack of confidence. And there was this one time where we had to go pick up our audience from the metro station. And I was assigned to this older man. He was fully blind, the most visually impaired out of all of them. And at the start, he was very quiet as we walked along. And to break the silence, I started to talk about the concert event ahead of us. And when I mentioned opera, his face lit up. So I asked him, "Sir, do you like opera too?" Turns out the guy was a total pro. He used to go all the time when he was younger. He was still very much into it. He even took lessons. And that's when we started talking, really talking. About the first time he heard Nurse and Dorma. About the first time he heard the arias that still gave him shivers up his spine. And when we arrived at the concert event, something had shifted. We weren't just performer and audience, volunteer and recipient. We were just two people that enjoyed the same messy, impossible, and dramatic art form. And when we started to sing, he didn't look merely entertained. He looked hopeful. And not because we were good. We were fine. We weren't grand. But because we gave him a room where the thing he loved most still made people nervous, excited, and imperfect. After the performance, people stayed, they talked, and they asked when the next one was. And this all ties back to the question TEDx asked us today. What is the human equation? Considering the four qualities of empathy, connection, resilience, and creativity. Now, when I first saw these qualities, I thought to myself, well, these are big, beautiful ideas, the formula for humanity. But then I thought about the Hamilton disaster, the nursing home concerts, the Echovision concerts. And I thought to myself, wait, none of these qualities stem from perfection. Think about it. You don't develop empathy by doing everything right in your entire life. You have your past downs, people have their new downs, and you feel for them. Connection isn't built between two perfect and immaculate people. It's built between two imperfect people, and acknowledging their imperfection and still choosing to build a relationship with them. And resilience is built by failing over and over again, still persisting. While creativity isn't one single genius idea. It's ideas over ideas, drafts over drafts, and finally you reach something that you're satisfied with. So here's what I believe now. Our greatest assets as human beings isn't our ability to be flawless. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's our willingness to be vulnerable and our ability to transform that vulnerability into connection, into community. So next time, when you're at a performance, or you're volunteering somewhere that makes you nervous, don't make being perfect your sole goal. But don't be wrong either. Just be present. Try to build a connection with your audience. Because in a world of AI and algorithms, being real is the rarest thing that you've got. Thank you.